Hello ACL friends, Neil here. Quick video here to talk about the 5 tips for rapid ACL recovery. Each one of these tips I will cover in more detail in a separate video, so go hunt that one out. It'll be in the channel here somewhere. Otherwise, go look at my website, aclrecoverysecrets.com, for more information. Now, tip number 1, and this comes even before surgery, which is which graft are you going to choose? Are you going to take a graft from your own body? These are known as autografts and normally taken from the patella tendon or from the hamstring. Or are you going to take a graft from a cadaver, i.e. a person who's no longer with us? And so obviously you're going to be taking somebody else's ACL. That's known also as an allograft. So you've got an autograft from your own body, an allograft from somebody else's. The advantage of the cadaver or allograft is that you will heal quicker because you're only going to have one injury site. You're not taking out pieces of your hamstring. The disadvantage of the cadaver graft is that it will be slightly weaker. It's said to be slightly weaker than an autograft that you're taking from your own body. So you're trading off recovery time with strength of the repaired ACL. My experience says a cadaver graft is excellent for a return to pretty aggressive exercise. So I would, unless you're a professional athlete, I would go with a cadaver graft because you're going to recover way quicker. Number 2 is rest, ice, compression, elevation. Keeping swelling out of the joint is really, really important. So a combination of ice and compression, and I cover this in a separate video, how you can do the both together, is absolutely critical to your recovery, as is pre and post surgery knee exercises. So this is really important to establish range of motion before surgery and also immediately afterwards, to keep swelling out of the joint and to get those muscles firing again in the quad. They all come from a range of pre and post surgery knee exercises that I'll demonstrate in a separate video. Really important. Staying ahead of the pain curve is also really important because you're not going to be able to do any of the exercises if you're in serious pain immediately after surgery. So take the painkillers as prescribed, even if that means getting up in the middle of the night to take them, because if the pain gets you, you're not going to want to move. And my understanding is that once that pain gets you, it doesn't go away for a long time. So don't let it get you. Take the drugs as prescribed. And then probably for the longer term, I would say rehab is for life, not just for the 6 months after surgery. So again, I'll talk about my own personal experiences here, my own personal mistakes. So go look for that video. If the videos are not available yet, they really should be. If they're not, or you just want to read more generally about the topic of ACL recovery, then go check out my website, www.aclrecoverysecrets.com. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.